What's up?
I ain't got no other way to say this, but Hulk Hogan did, y'all.
What?
Walker dead.
Bro woke
What?
up dead this. I was shocked. I was taken aback. I didn't expect that. You feel me? That threw me off. I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, there was like the reports about like he might be, you feel me, sick or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. And we didn't touch it. We didn't touch it because I was waiting for something official, like an official statement to come out to, you feel me, to confirm or deny. That never came. That never came. But this morning TMZ reported Terry Gene Balea Hulk Hogan pronounced dead due to cardiac arrest at 71 years old. Um, Jizzle, you're shaking your head. What's up? Initial thoughts, initial reaction. How did you find out?
I found out when I'm saying because my day off, you know what I mean. So I woke up. I mean, I think the first thing in the group chat that I saw was like, "Yo, Hulk Hogan died," and I was like, "What?" And then I looked on the thing, and then the first thing you seen trending on Twitter was Hulk Hogan, and then Black Twitter, and I was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." No, that wasn't gonna take long. It definitely didn't take long for me, man. As soon as I got up, you know what I mean. I was like, it was a good day to take a walk. Good day to take a walk, you know what I'm saying? Down to the liquor store. Yeah, we started drinking at 9:03. Me and Colin Cowherd took some shots together. You feel me? No, I don't feel bad. I don't. I feel bad that a person's lost, like somebody's father's gone. But hey, man, you understand.
It's a complicated mix of emotions. You know,
That's a good way to put it.
some because I feel like some people grew up with Hulk Hogan as a hero, but then
Mm-hmm.
also some people kind of only know him for like damn near fucking off TNA and the racist tapes and you feel me, this, that, and the third afterwards. You know what I'm saying? They know him as the old guy who's, you feel me, like I don't know, the
Who only
crying,
cares about himself?
always,
Wants the creative control.
always lying. You feel me? Always got a story that puts himself over. You feel me? I'm talking about. So like it's a complicated mix of emotions. I feel like just because of that, and given that he was a big part of something that we all love and care about. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but I mean, shit. When it comes to like, I mean, because we've all kind of like either had this conversation or kind of danced around it or even thought about it. You feel me? Like, what's the reaction gonna be? You know what I'm talking about? When somebody like this person passes away, or somebody like that person passes away, given whatever their standing is in the public eye or whatever. You feel me? And unfortunately for Hulk Hogan, in the later years of his life, in the later years of his career, he wasn't in a good standing with the public eye. It was due to things that he had done, actions, and you feel me, things that he had committed against others and people that he had worked with, and also a lot of controversial things that he wasn't necessarily willing to admit to, and you feel me, like actually give remorse on. It was something that, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's the Hulk Hogan or if it's the Tessa Blanchard. It's like that accountability thing is just like it's not it's not clicking. You know, what Justin Bieber said, it's not clocking to you.
I clocking to you, man. No, that nigga's a piece of shit, dog. Like, man, how everybody reacted is exactly how I expected everybody to react, nigga. Because I want to react the same way, but I want to, let me not. I told my mom, nigga. My mom was like, "Damn, that's crazy." So yeah, I was like, you feel me? My mom knew what it was because, like what you said earlier, like there's people that grew up with him as a hero. You had a fucking mixtape called The Hulkamaniac, my nigga. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I
so
downloaded that. That nigga tried to strike that shit down. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole TNA shit, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole TNA shit, the whole end of the fucking WCW shit, the whole WrestleMania 9 shit. Like this whole podcast is built on this nigga fucking up, and then like a little piece of my childhood died that day. But even then, I was like, you know what, that's still Hogan blood. You know what I'm saying? He almost killed TNA. Like, I mean, that's Hogan blood. You should have let him do that shit. Like, you didn't learn from last time. We made excuses until the other shit came out. So that's why it's so fucking like on the 10-year anniversary of him when that shit came out too. 10 years to the day.
Of the tapes?
Yeah. 10 years to the day.
And
Long-term booking, my nigga.
that's crazy. Ben,
Yo, man.
your initial thoughts and kind of like how you found out about it?
Bro, like CJ said, I saw it on Twitter, and the first thing I said, like, I was like, "Oh man, it's about to be a day on here." I was like, "Yo," because like a few months ago, I remember like some tweets went off on Black Wrestling Twitter specifically. People were like, what's the timeline gonna be like when he gone?" And just like was going crazy, and that was like 2 months ago. It was like, "Yo, man, throw something on the grill," and I thought it was just something that was just like exclusive to Black Wrestling Twitter or even Black Twitter, who was like, "Yo, man," it was kind of like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, yo, we moving on with the rest of our day. But like, I got on TikTok, it's even worse on there. Like, they making videos, they using sounds, they lighting that man up. Like in my family chat, my sister texted her, she was like, "Yo, Hulk Hogan gone or whatever." Niggas just sending like laughing emojis. I'm like, "All right, bro." I'm niggas, but I'm like, "All right, bro."
In a portion of the tape that had dropped at that time that Jizzle brought up, of course, the quote it trends and it, you know what I'm saying, it picks up and it goes viral every now and again. But it was, I mean, I'd rather if she was going to fuck some nigger, and he's talking about his daughter Brooke. I'd
We using
rather
hard ER. Okay, all right, locked
rather
in.
have her marry an 8 foot tall worth $100 million like a basketball player. I guess we're all a little racist. Fucking
Bro,
word. My bad, Ben. You feel me?
oh,
Thank
my fault. My
you. No,
fault.
thank you for correcting me. You feel me?
I
What
did. I
you
didn't know I didn't know there was another N word at the end, so that's why I jumped in. I forgot it was like laced with so many N words in it. But that's the thing. Like, and the wild part, all this came out like, and they were like, "Oh, it's from like a sex tape." I'm like, "Bro, so you mean to tell me like you was bricked up and you was like, yo, man, I really hate black people, bro." Like,
thing, right? That's also the thing, right? A lot of this information was a lot of this information was coming from Bubba the Love Sponge, and that's the guy that Hogan, you feel me, slept with his wife or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I guess that was something that was agreed upon, you feel me? But a lot of this information that and all a lot of these like rumors and this innuendo that was coming out, it was coming from him. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it's like on the fence about it. Like that's why I was like, I don't know if we should even touch it because this is somebody that I don't really know what his stance is, if he still has a grudge to hold or if there's something still there as far as
he
why he would want to, you know what I'm saying, bullshit or say something just to, you know what I'm saying, pop off or whatever. Go ahead,
Oh
man.
man, because
he set up the connection of him sleeping with his wife.
Yeah, like they agreed upon that. There was a thing. Like
Nigga, then how you gonna be mad?
because he
How
fucked
you
her
have a
again
grudge?
after that. You know what I'm saying? Like he fucked her
oh,
again after that, which is
yeah,
what happened. You know
yeah,
what I'm
Hey,
saying?
bro.
So you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So like you say, I invite you to fuck my wife once. You know what I'm saying? Not the 13th time. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, nigga, if I come over to your house and you say, "Hey, make yourself at home, get something out the fridge, whatever," and I get something out the fridge on the 11th time, you go be like, "Hey, I'm saving it." I'm like, "Nah, bro, you already set up that it was cool for me to get something out of the refrigerator. We already had
Hey,
like a whole thing."
hey, yo, I got your bitch out the fridge. It's crazy, nigga. You think you think that he's not happy?
Yeah.
I don't want to listen, man. I don't even know what else is more to say. I feel like we gave this shit too much time anyway.
I would never wish death on anybody.
And nah,
I don't necessarily blame anybody that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not sad about it or doesn't necessarily feel a way about it. Like G Diction in the chat here says, what if you just don't feel anything? I don't blame anybody for that. I can't blame you for that. Due to his transgressions and the things that he has done and the actions that he's committed against society and against people like us, people like me, you feel me? It's like some things are unforgivable, especially if there's no attempt to backtrack or you feel me, like correct your mistakes in any way.
Big facts. And like on top of that, they said his they banned him for a few years. They let him come back, and his like speech to the locker room was like, "Hey, nigga, make sure like when you talking about some like private shit that ain't nobody like recording you." Because they might like use it to exploit you. No, like, yo, I'm sorry for embarrassing the company. I'm sorry for what I said about black people as a whole. That's not me. I mean, like, shit, you could have even used the excuse like, yo, I was going through some shit at the time. Like, even though that's not an excuse, and I've seen people use it all the time, like, you could have at least said something. It was no apology. There was no public apology. It was just, hey, nigga, I got $136 million in this lawsuit from this shit that I definitely said, and that was definitely me, but I'm suing because they ruined my reputation. Like, bro, like, nah,
Constitution,
like,
brother.
there was, yo, facts. Like there was no apology whatsoever. There was no attempt to do any of that. And then on top of that, you doubling down, like, and then you like showing up to the RNC and doing all that extra shit. Like, yo, you basically just confirmed our like it's not even suspicions. You confirmed what we already knew. And like CJ said, and like Graham said, like, yo, I'm sorry for for the family that he left behind and his friends and everything like that. And there are certain people who are fans of him, and then probably made them upset. I'm sad for them, but I don't feel anything. I'm sorry. Like I don't feel sad. I don't feel happy. I'm just like in the middle. Like
Yeah, you nigga, shit, nigga, like that shit was like I'm a little older than you, Ben. You know what I'm saying? So like, in a lot of black households, you know what I'm saying. The only thing that we got to watch was fucking this big bald nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom, like my father was like, "Yo, I spent money on this nigga for you, just for him to turn." Like the day that it happened, I called my mom. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Motherfucker, da 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 da." Like you don't know like how many kids' childhoods died that day. You know what I'm saying? Like that day, 10 years ago, to the day actually.
I mean, even
Resurrected.
when the whole thing with Nick happened and his friend and his partner and they got into that car accident, talking to that nigga on the phone. You
Oh,
feel
what
me?
he said.
Saying,
Oh man, he was like, "Yo, man, hoping when we die, we don't get reincarnated as them,
they were
us."
trying to what is it? They were trying to speak Carney, or they, which is basically like pig Latin in a sense. He was like, "Oh, we don't get reincarnated as some blizzard giz eyes,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "You don't think people can understand or with that? Like, you're not even trying to hide it, but whatever." Anyways, um,
Like you.
I I read a post that Shane Taylor had put up on Instagram a couple of hours ago, and I think that he put it in a very good light. It was well said. I'm going to read it to you all if you haven't seen it. But he said this industry is a lot like a first date when you meet people. You're seeing their representative for years, even decades. Days like today, people tend to peel that layer back a bit and you get a glimpse of who they are. While there are a few exceptions, this industry has a way of reminding fans and talent, especially minorities, exactly where they are in that totem pole of importance, and that's usually near the bottom, unless society is leaning in a way that makes it marketable and profitable to highlight Black culture. Compartmentalizing the performer from the person is easy for some and extremely difficult for others because of what he represented and what reality that he reflected. That no matter how much you believe in the American dream and the values that we boast in reality, it means nothing. And the hate of and for you will ultimately define that legacy and relationship. I don't celebrate anybody's death, but I also don't forget who they are in life. They were who they were. They were who they were. Everything gets acknowledged. Asking people to do that or judging how they express their hurt, pain, and disappointment while we see how you respond and post about our stars, culture, athletes, and entertainers is hypocritical at best.
Mm, you know what I'm saying?
that's why I say I can't necessarily blame anybody for their response, their reaction, how they feel in the aftermath of something like this, something that is so striking and something that is, important to a lot of people, and
Yeah. And then when you get older, and then you realize that there's a whole thing with wrestling, and then like the guy that was the guy is a fucking Homelander, nigga. Like this is
yeah, he was supposed to be Superman, but
yeah, but he was just like it was a selfish person who will ruin anything just so he can look good. The only thing that looked good at the end of the day was him, even in the wrestling sense. You niggas want to talk about like he brought wrestling to the mainstream. He brought wrestling to the mainstream because he did Rocky 3. You know what I mean? After fucking over another fucking promoter, nigga, to do Rocky 3, when he told him not to do it, Vern Gagne's bitch ass, him saying he ain't shit either. But but you know what I'm saying, fucked him over to go over there, you know what I'm saying, for another fuck nigga to fuck over his dad, just to say, I'm gonna bring you back anyway. That nigga about to die in the first place. Don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna do it like that, nigga. Like, yo, listen, however you feel is how you feel. I understand that shit. Yo, you good. And like don't judge nobody, and like and the people that are doing anything, yo, mind your business, dog. Let the people that are doing what's going on, let it happen. You feel me? Because you don't know, like he crushed a whole part of me. You know what I'm saying, when that shit came out. Like there's
Bro, they
nothing like
had
there's
just put. Oh, good.
like it's fucking crazy, dog. And like I didn't know how to feel when it happened. I was like so fucking just like, whoa.
It was literally like a few weeks after they put Hulk Hogan Rock and Wrestling on WWE Network, and they just pulled that shit off immediately. But my last thing that I'm gonna say about it is I'm tired of seeing the posts like if there was no Hulk Hogan, there would be no wrestling because wrestling obviously predates Hulk Hogan. Because the same thing people say, if there was no Vince McMahon, there would be no wrestling today. Wrestling predates that nigga. When that nigga was living in a trailer park, professional wrestling was going on. Let's chill on that. Same thing with like, oh, Hulk Hogan. If Hulk Hogan wasn't the breakout star in the '80s, guess what they would have put in, guess who they would have put in his place? Macho Man Randy Savage, anybody else. Everything that was Hulk Hogan was taken from superstar Billy Graham. They would have pasted that on another person and then off to the races. Like, let's be
Man,
honest about it.
but Man MTA was right there. You know what I'm saying? Like they had four horsemen that they could break away and do all the shit that you see right now. Like, man, listen, Hulk Hogan is a nigga that failed up, nigga. You a nigga that failed up, nigga. You having to fail up, nigga, and learn how to do shit. Like you learn how to do shit, and then like, listen, man, bye, nigga. Like it's crazy.
last thing I'll say is I read a tweet earlier and it said that Hulk Hogan's gonna end up being cremated because he's not gonna let anybody bury him. I thought that I thought that was funny, and I thought it was clever. Didn't think it was like too distasteful, but
No, man, it was like couldn't
that's
let
why
Ozzy Osbourne have 48 hours.
he's
It
gone.
was like,
But yeah, but again to that, you know what I'm saying? Like they say it comes in threes, and it was like earlier in the week, Mike, you feel me? Malcolm Jamal Warner, we had Ozzy Osbourne, and then
rest in peace.
Hogan being the third, or at least you feel me? I think there's a couple of other deaths that are like, what I'm saying, lower.
Mm-hmm.
And not to take anything away or discredit anybody's, what I'm saying, stature or their legacy. But some people that I wasn't necessarily as familiar with that also passed away this week or what have you. But T's and P's, you know what I'm saying? T's and P's.
Man, look at mom, nigga, brother.
Brother.
Like, nigga, yeah, nigga,
Um,
piece of shit.